Would you consider 2006 Kobe Bryant as one of the greatest players in NBA history? I mean, you have to, right? 35.4 points per game, 6 50-point games, a month where he averaged over 43 points a night, and of course, his iconic 81-point explosion. It was a historically great season, one that was only made possible by what happened just 2 years prior. In the 2004 playoffs, it looked like Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers had it all figured out. After another dominant postseason run, they were in the NBA Finals for their 4th consecutive year. This meant they had the chance at a four-peat, which only one other team in NBA history had ever done. But they lost to the Pistons in 5 games. This series wasn't very competitive, as the Pistons just simply outmatched the Lakers. The duo of Shaq and Kobe terrorized the NBA in the early 2000s, but after that finals loss, then Lakers owner Jerry Buss felt like Shaq wasn't worth a big contract extension. He instead prioritized paying Kobe and traded Shaquille O'Neal away to the Miami Heat. After that trade, Shaq threw a subtle jab at the Black Mamba. He said, "It doesn't matter what I think, but you know, some people do certain things to get that power," insinuating that Kobe was the reason that he got traded. To make matters even worse, in the 2004-2005 season, Shaq went 2-0 against the Lakers. This lit a fire in Kobe Bryant and motivated him to attack the 2005-2006 season with a vengeance. Kobe started out this season by putting up monster numbers. After the first 4 games, he was averaging 36.5 points, and the crazy thing is, he did this all without even making 1 3 in any of those games. His best game in that stretch came against Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets, where he dropped 37 points as he led the Lakers to a 20-point win. Kobe's play helped lead LA to a 3-1 start, but the thing is, Kobe was only one man, so he could only do so much. Over the next 9 games, the Lakers went just 2-7, despite Bryant averaging over 32 points a game. Kobe was doing all he could, but his supporting cast wasn't able to give him the help that he needed. And this really showed on November 27, 2005, because the Lakers played the New Jersey Nets, and Kobe dominated this game. He ended with 46 points, and he scored 38 of them in the second half, but the Lakers still lost 102-96. The next highest scorer on the team was Brian Cook, who scored just 14, and no one else after that even scored in double figures for LA. Now 13 games into the season, Kobe was dominating the league. He was averaging 33.5 points, about 5 rebounds, and about 4 assists. But the Lakers were just 5-8. Kobe needed more help, but the thing is, the Lakers didn't have the supporting cast to give it to him. So the Black Mamba knew he had no choice but to do it all himself. And you have no choice but to hit that subscribe button. In December, Kobe began to single-handedly will the Lakers to wins. A prime example of his heroics came on December 4th, when LA matched up against the Charlotte Bobcats. Kobe had extra motivation for this game, as his former teammate Shaquille O'Neal was in attendance. And after a rather slow start, Kobe dominated in the second half. He ended the game with 29 points, and he hit 2 free throws with just 7 seconds left to give the Lakers a 1-point win. Just 2 nights later, Kobe dropped 33 points on 14 of 24 shooting in a 20-point win versus the Bucks. But this was only the beginning, because over the next couple weeks, Kobe would put together 2 monster scoring performances. The first of these huge games came on December 12th. The Lakers were playing Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. This was a tight game throughout. Kobe was getting buckets, but the Mavs kept it close. And with under 1 minute left, the Lakers were down by 1. So Kobe, being Bryant, decided to pull off a miracle.
Down to 3 seconds. Kobe lost a dribble. In a hurry, he has to pick it up. Desperation 3. My goodness. Kobe Bryant puts the Lakers up by 2.
Kobe ended this game with 43 points, and he again put the Lakers on his back and carried them to a win. But the crazy thing is, that wasn't even the best game he had versus the Mavericks in that month, because about a week later, LA would again face off versus the Mavs. But this time, Kobe decided to put them away early. You see, in this game, Kobe went insane. He started off by dropping 32 in the first half, but he wasn't done there, because in the third quarter he exploded for 30, giving him 62 points in just 3 quarters. Lakers coach Phil Jackson decided to not play Kobe in the fourth. And I mean, I can't even blame him. The Lakers were up by 34, and Kobe had already single-handedly outscored the entire Mavericks team. After their 5-8 start, the Lakers went 10-3 over the next 13 games, improving their record to 15-11. But things would quickly turn for the worse in LA. This rough stretch started for them on Christmas Day. The Lakers were playing the Heat, and this meant that Kobe would finally get another chance to get a win versus Shaq. The Lakers lost to the Heat the previous year on Christmas, in what is still the most watched NBA Christmas Day game ever. So Kobe was desperate for a win this game. But that didn't happen, because despite Kobe scoring 37, the Heat went on to win 97-92. Kobe did have a chance to make a game-tying 3 in this game, but he came up short. This seemed like rock bottom for Kobe, because he was now 0-3 against Shaq. But things got even worse, because just 3 days later, the Lakers were playing the Memphis Grizzlies, and in the first half, Kobe took a shot to the face from Grizzlies guard Mike Miller. This shot busted some of Kobe's stitches open, sending him back to the locker room. After this, Kobe was determined to get his revenge on Miller, and in the second half, he got his chance.
That's going to be a flagrant one. There's the payback right there.
Miller hit the deck and he ran into Kobe.
Kobe stuck the elbow out.
Kobe may have got his get back on Mike Miller, but the league wasn't happy. They decided to suspend Kobe for 2 games as a result of this incident. The Lakers would lose both games without Kobe, making it 5 straight losses for the team, putting their record at 15-16, 31 games into the season. But in the month of January, Kobe Bryant would play the best basketball of his entire career. Kobe didn't like sitting on the bench and watching his team lose. So after his 2-game suspension, he got straight to work. In his first 3 games back, he averaged 47.7 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5 assists on 49% shooting. His best game in that stretch came on January 7th, where he dropped 50 in a 3-point win versus the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers as a team went 3-0 during these games. But Kobe's insane month of January was just beginning, because over the next 6 games, Kobe would average over 38 points a night. In one of these games, he would drop 37 points in an 8-point win against Shaq and the Miami Heat. This was a big moment for Kobe, as it was his first win against his former teammate. But an even bigger moment would happen for him just a little bit later this month. The Los Angeles Lakers were hosting the Toronto Raptors in a regular season matchup. Kobe was averaging over 41 points in his first 9 games during this month, so fans were expecting him to put on a show. The Black Mamba started hot this game. He had 14 points at the end of the first quarter, but the Lakers trailed by 7. Kobe continued to put up points in the second quarter, and he ended the half with 36, but the Lakers were down by 14. Kobe was already carrying the team on his back, but they still needed him to do even more, and in the second half, he made history. Kobe came out in the third quarter flaming hot. He had 15 points in less than 6 minutes. There was nothing the Raptors could do to stop him. But he wasn't done there. He tallied 12 more points in that quarter, bringing his total up to 53 for the game. The Lakers were now winning by 6, but Kobe wasn't going to let his foot off the gas. In the fourth quarter, Kobe continued to destroy the Raptors. He dropped 28 in these 12 minutes, putting his total at 81 points for the game as he led the Lakers to victory. Kobe had made history. This was and still is the second highest scoring game the NBA has ever seen. With 4.2 seconds left, Kobe walked off the floor to a huge standing ovation. Many consider this game here to be the exact moment where Kobe was crowned the best player in the world. Bryant continued to have some big games over the remaining days in January. And when the month ended, we saw his stats end at 43.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 4.1 assists over 13 games. The Lakers went 9-4 during that stretch, but the next month, things wouldn't go as well for the team. In February, Kobe's numbers took a slight dip. While he was still putting up impressive stats, the Lakers needed him to be on a different planet to win games consistently. During the first 4 games of the month, Kobe averaged 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists on 42% shooting. But the Lakers went 0-4 in those games. Kobe averaged over 30.5 points over the next 6 games, and the Lakers went 4-2. But the team would quickly go back to struggling. On February 26, LA played the Boston Celtics, and Kobe went off this game, ending with 40 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. But the Lakers still found a way to lose. They ended up going 5-8 as a team during February, And as they got to the final stretch of the season, they had an overall record of 29-28. The Western Conference was very competitive this year, so Kobe knew that he would have to take his game up another level to lead his team to the playoffs. And the Black Mamba did just that. During the Lakers' next 14 games, Kobe got back to carrying his team. In these games, he averaged about 33 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, and the Lakers went 8-6. He had 5 40-point games in that stretch, but his best performance in these games may have been on March 4th. The Lakers were playing the 2004 NBA champion Detroit Pistons, but Kobe torched them, dropping 40 points on 13 of 26 shooting, while leading the Lakers to a second-half comeback win. With 9 games remaining in the 2005-2006 NBA season, the Lakers were now 38-35, but Kobe was determined to get his team into the postseason. So over the last 3 weeks of the season, he went crazy. Kobe started off his hot 9-game stretch by dropping 43 points in back-to-back games. First, he torched the Supersonics, and then he cooked the Rockets. But he had even more in store, because he led the Lakers to a perfect 5-0 record during their final 5 games of the regular season. He averaged 39.4 points in these games, but on April 14th versus the Portland Trail Blazers, he exploded for 50. This was actually the game he passed Elgin Baylor for the highest scoring season in Lakers history, a record he still holds to this day. As the regular season came to a close, Kobe's stats finished at 35.4 points, 5.3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.8 blocks, while shooting 45% from the field. But despite these insane stats, it was Steve Nash who took home the MVP award this season. As a team, the Lakers finished with a 45-37 record, good for the 7th seed in the Western Conference. And in the first round of the playoffs, Kobe and the Lakers were facing off against none other than 2-time MVP Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. This series started on April 22nd in Phoenix. The Suns, being the number 2 seed, were the favorites to win, but no one wanted to count Kobe Bryant out. Phoenix took an early lead in this Game 1 matchup. They were winning 58-50 at halftime. In the second half, Kobe Bryant hit some big shots, but the Suns were able to hold on and win 107-102, giving them a 1-0 series lead. Heading into Game 2, Kobe knew he had to lead Phoenix with a win, so he got to work handing out buckets. He ended the game with 29 points as the Lakers won by 6. The series was now tied 1-1 as they headed to LA for Game 3. During this game, Kobe struggled. He shot just 6 of 18 from the field, and this is when we heard his critics get even louder. Throughout the entire season, Kobe had been hearing that he needed to pass more by some media members, but even with Bryant having an off game, the Lakers found a way to get a big Game 3 win, giving them a 2-1 series lead. In Game 4, Bryant would bounce back from his Game 3 performance in a big way. Kobe scored the ball well this game. Him and Steve Nash each made a lot of big-time plays, but with less than 8 seconds left, the Suns were up by 2, and they had the ball. This is when Kobe shocked the NBA world. This shot gave LA hope in overtime, and after a back-and-forth 5 minutes, the Lakers were down by 1, but Kobe again put the team on his back. Kobe's heroics just put the Lakers up 3-1. It seemed like they would go on to win this series in advance, but it didn't work out that way. The Lakers ended up losing 3 straight games. Kobe dropped 50 in Game 6, but it wasn't enough. In Game 7, the Black Mamba uncharacteristically only attempted 3 shots in the second half. Some claim he did this to prove to media members that him passing more wasn't the answer. But regardless, just like that, Kobe's monster season came to an end. While Kobe won 5 championships and an MVP in his career, this 2006 season may have been his most impressive accomplishment. He put an incredibly bad Lakers team on his back and carried them farther than they ever should have gone. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. You will always be loved.